County. 8300. 8362, 28 to a vehicle, 900 North Main parking lot of Kmart.
Now as that takes me.
All right. Without further ado, we getting right back to. There was a story. Just my Valium. Okay, so there was a story that broke. I kind of picked up on it a little bit. Didn't really follow it too much because I like to kind of let things, I don't know, evolve as they will. But security hall monitor was caught on tape back at some little boy in school, and I'm about to pull that up for you right now.
Also on Just One station, a security monitor caught on camera hitting a student. That man now getting a lesson in the law and facing some very serious criminal charges. An alarming sight caught on camera. A part-time middle school security monitor seen punching a student in the hallway. It happened earlier this week at Horace Mann Middle School in El Portal. Watch again. You could see the man who was identified as 40-year-old Antoine Ruffin punched the child in his right shoulder. Ruffin was later arrested.
Oh no, I couldn't handle that.
Outside the school, 7 News showed some parents that video, and they were shocked by what they saw.
Myself, if I'd been walking up and saw that, I would have got involved with it. And I wouldn't have had nothing. I've been like, hold up, you can't do that kid like that.
It's concerning. I'm not gonna lie. It's very concerning.
The recording starts in the middle of some sort of altercation between Ruffin, who's 6'4", 220 pounds, and the student, we're told, is a 7th grader.
In that bell ring, you in my hallway.
Ruffin seen shoving the child at first. Then the boy says something we can't hear in the video, and Ruffin continues yelling.
Do what you gonna do. Bring it on, bring them on. I ain't scared of none of them. Bring them on.
Then this.
You want to phone the call?
Ruffin was arrested by Miami-Dade Schools police and charged with child abuse with no great bodily harm and battery. He posted bond, and last night he was out of jail. Here he is walking out with his shirt over his head. A spokesperson for the district sent us a statement that reads in part, Miami-Dade County Public Schools is deeply troubled and saddened by the actions of this individual, as they are not representative of our caring and supportive workforce.
If you send your kids to school, you think they're going to be safe in a school. You're not thinking that an adult is going to put his hands on your child.
The school district also says they will be taking all necessary disciplinary actions against Ruffin, which could include dismissal.
Yeah. So that was that. And yeah, that's pretty rough. I think at face value, you look at it and naturally you think like, oh my God, like, oh, I can't believe he hit that kid. And the thing now with society is we as a people, we tend to live more by statute than actuality, logic, reason. The further that we keep going down this more liberal path, the more that we find ourselves living off of statute in every situation. I come from a time where your parents signed a permission slip to allow you to get your ass kicked at school. Um, Shit is well different now. And on one hand, we speak for the now. I mean, we know times have changed, and you know how a community interacts with its children. It's just different now. You know, there was a time where shit, something like that happened. If a hall monitor felt that he had to check you or something, like, you know, they'd have been good enough with your parents. So if the hall monitor had to jump on you and then they had to go tell your parents, then you get double the ass whooping because then your parents are going to jump on you too. But it's just a different time. And when it comes to women and children, people tend to really, really kind of jump the gun on things. And what I noticed in this too, as my 360 perspective, is that he has a job, and you know, you can argue maybe he's a little aggressive or abrasive, but he obviously has a way of maintaining a standard and upholding the rules and all that of the school. And what I noticed is I don't know, it was something. He was yelling at that boy about something, and then that boy mouthed off somehow. He said something. I mean, they blurred the boy, they protected the boy good on the news story, but he said something, and it got him jabbed in the shoulder. And probably argue excessive. I know me for one. I mean, for people, anybody to hear this, I'm not saying, you know, I don't want to fucking automatically. What if that was your kid? And like, calm the fuck down. Logic over emotion. And people stop being emotional for about 2 seconds, and just think. I wouldn't want nobody working at a school cracking my kid. The flip side to that is I don't bring my kids up thinking that it's ever okay to disrespect an adult. And so, while it's easy to feel sorry just off of the statute, oh, he's a grown man, he's a kid. At the same time, we could be overlooking a shithead ass kid that needed the shit smacked out of him. I don't know. I just come from a different time where kids got put in the kids' place, and it didn't really matter by the fuck who. And if you was out thinking you could talk crazy to grown folks, you dealt with the consequences, and then you dealt with the consequences double time by the time you got home. But times have changed, and naturally this man has been arrested and charged, what they say, child abuse, no bodily harm. Basically like just a tap, like to let you know, little nigga, like I'm here, like the world is real. And we done just got so far from just, I don't know, I think there's a middle ground that could be held in situations like this. Because at the same time, you know, you don't want your kids in those type of situations. At the same time, like, what are we teaching our kids? Kids leave their houses every day, and I see it all the time with my kids in school. They leave their houses every day, and they're just souped up little motherfuckers, man. Like, I don't know any other way to put it. Like, these kids is on fucking charge, and can't tell these motherfuckers nothing. They have no respect for generations before them. They are only into now, and this is it. I mean, the shit that you hear kids say, the conversations that they have, and I'm talking about from young, like elementary. And so, yeah, that's just my small take on that. It's just, I don't know. I think instead of being so quick to rush to sympathy over everything, you gotta really look at that situation. That just wasn't like a video and shit of some big vicious black man running down the hallway attacking kids. It was more to it. And while we don't necessarily want other people taking things into their own hands with our children, at the same time, it shows that even for kids, you know, there's an accountability, a level of accountability that has to be held. And they have to know that there's consequences for shit. We got to stop just saying, oh, well, that's a kid. At what point do we teach kids that there are consequences for your actions? There's repercussions for shit that you may say or do. And so, yeah, I think that we need that balance. That balance put and instilled into our kids. Like, yeah, technically, a big ass adult shouldn't crack your ass for talking shit, but understand that it could happen, and this is probably why, and this is why kids have this place, and this is why adults are in this place. I don't know. I don't see nothing wrong with that, but I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Shit, you know, it's my 360 on that, but I've been me for a couple minutes. Remember, like and subscribe is completely free. Don't cost you a dime. Also, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm on here talking my shit. And till next time.